What are you guys doing in the Tarberry Bog? Hello.
Hey, General.
Just be on your way. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Or welcome if this is your first time here. We are continuing our build here at the Slog. This is our cozy and realistic no mod series where we play as General of the Minutemen, working to make the Commonwealth safer one settlement at a time. If you're just here for some build inspiration, feel free to skip ahead. I'll have everything in this video timestamped. But if you're here to build along or for some cozy vibes, settle in. Let's get going. Now, I know that by the time you're watching this, October is already over, but it's still spooky season in my heart, so I have my little spooky bat ears on. Now, last week here, we spent a lot of time decorating, not decorating, but kind of doing some interior moving around of the pool house. And I just spent all week thinking about these characters. I couldn't wait to get back to them. We do still have 2 extra sleeping bags because remember, we attracted some new settlers to run Pumpkin Jack's bar and the tar bar. So we do have some extra sleeping bag arrangements for them. I thought about trying to add extra beds into the little apartment setups that we've done here, but I think that would make them a little too crowded. So I think these 2 are going to have to go somewhere else. And I don't think that'll be too much of a problem, honestly, because we do still have this space in the marketplace. This could be a house if we don't want to make it a junk shop. So we could do some more beds out there and keep the pool house sort of limited to what it is. I'm so excited with what we're doing with this pool house because there's so many ways to take this, right? Like if you're on PC and you want to use console commands, you can disable these beds and start with a fresh slate, or you can try and work them into something. Like if you want to do like a big hospital, I'm going to turn my Pip-Boy on just because we're inside. If you want to do like a big clinic, hospital, and have all the beds, but segmenting them off into little rooms with these walls, it just gives such like a dorm vibe. Like we have a proper bathroom and everything, and it just it's so satisfying to me. I can't even tell you. So let's start by putting the 2 missing doors on, because we got a door on this first apartment, we got a door on the bathroom. We should put doors on the other 2 apartments. And last week we kind of figured out a pretty reliable way of doing that by putting down a wall, and then we'll grab a door. Let's do blue. I don't think we have a blue one yet. And now we can move the doorway out of the way because we don't want that coming with. And we can use the smaller pillar just in case there's conflict with the ceiling. Things are getting a little laggy in this log, and I don't quite know why. If I skip ahead, know that it's because something went horribly wrong, but hopefully that won't happen. We're still under the size limit, and that's why people ask, can't I just do the thing with the where you drop guns and then scrap them to reduce the size limit? You can, to like technically get past the size limit, but it's not going to actually make the size limit go away. Like your game will still get laggy and possibly crash.
We're in some real trouble here.
What do you mean?
I hope you can help.
What are you talking about? Everything's okay.
Let's trade some things.
Sure.
Oh, she's fine. Okay. That's fine. I'm anxious now, just based on the little lagginess and them talking about trouble. That doesn't bode super well. I'm picking this door just because it opens to the left, and I want a door that opens a different way in the pool house. Let's grab the same pillar that I had before. Oop, wasn't quite close enough. How's that? There we go. I really can't believe that pillars can sink into this concrete. I feel like that opens the door for so many cool things in here. But that's okay. My vision here is just cozy and comfortable. I can't get over how much I love these ghouls. Like I knew they were cool, but being here and hearing their dialogue and everything, it just, the writing for them is really good. The whole Diamond City backstory is really good. Okay, let's flesh out this as an apartment for these guys. So we have... Things feel laggy to me still. If I wiggle my mouse around, that froze. Things got a little laggy for a sec, but I think we're good to keep going. We've got these two beds next to each other, so I'm kind of assuming this is like a couple, and we've got this person over here. So maybe we can do something to help divide their space a little bit. I always love to do that, and I really like to do that with the bookshelf. Oh, I hear gunshots in the background. Maybe that's why things are laggy. There's something like going on. So we can do this bookshelf. And then if we flip this one around, then the other two get a little bit of storage and we can kind of continue the wall. Yeah, that's neat. And then we can, oh, you know what? We don't even have to put these away because we can move them right onto these bookshelves and then they can still have access to their purified water. But I am going to scrap the end table. And what do we have here? Cigarettes. They don't need to be smoking inside. End table. I like doing like a dining table sort of setup. Ooh, actually, before I do a dining table, we could put down a nice rug. Is this one the one with the little circles? Yeah, I like the little circles. I wonder if this would even, the rug now makes me think like a seating area would be even cozier for them. So let's look for, that couch feels huge. This one seems a little bit more reasonable. Maybe that, and then an armchair. Which I know there's a seating area out here in the main zone, but to be honest, I am going to move that. Where does this feel good but not in the way? I think there. I think that's... No, I kind of like doing a chair on this side to sort of help segment off this guy's room in the back a little more. And then we should be able to fit a coffee table. Yeah, if we spread this out even more. And then that gives us a nice place to do some lighting. Though remember, we do have power in here because we connected some electricity last week. So maybe we see how we feel about like some brighter lights. We could do a proper ceiling light. Oh, didn't quite connect power everywhere we needed. We'll do that and that. That should be close enough, right? Oh, that's actually lovely. I worried that fluorescent light wasn't going to feel very good, but I think that's delightful. They've got such a cozy seating area. Okay, that's great. And then what can we do with art? Ooh. Something big. They have the weird shower things above their beds, which I don't love. But we can still give them something nice. And this even might make that feel less obvious. Yeah, I don't mind that. Okay, so they've got that. And then I said I was going to give them a seating area. It still would be nice to give them a seating area. Maybe just like a counter though. Like this. For some like bar seating. Just somewhere that if they wanted to eat in their room, they could. Where are bar chairs? The game is really fighting me, and I'm very worried about that. I don't know what's causing it. It was so fine last week. After I do this room, I think I might restart it, which for you will just be a small jump ahead in time, but hopefully that'll fix things. There. A little plant to sort of round things out, and then they've got a counter, some sleeping space, some cozy sitting space. That looks like a really solid apartment. Cool. Hello again. I'm back. That took slightly longer than I hoped it would to get everything restarted. But look, we're good. So this is the wonderful room that we just finished. This is a three-bed apartment where we have this lovely couple. There's sort of bar area set up to eat, and then another bed and a little sitting area. And the sitting area, it looks kind of plain to me, so I think we add some more stuff here, just kind of spice it up. We have the electric light, so I guess I don't need candles on it, but maybe another plant, just like back here. That's lovely. Little plant in their sitting area. And then I want to put something on. Ooh. We'll give them an awesome tails. I was going to say I want to put something on the coffee table, but they'll probably have games in the common area. So comic book is absolutely perfect. Perfect for their little setup. And then this also seems just like a little drab for sitting and eating. So I'm wondering if maybe there's like a sign that they can look at. Maybe a Nuka-Cola floats. Candy. I actually don't hate candy or floats. I think Nuka-Cola wins there for me. And then could I actually even give them any Nuka-Cola? Do I have some on me that would be nice to set up for them? Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Who said yes? Oh, hi. Just as like a welcome to your new home, sort of, you know, when you get to a hotel and there's the mini bar all set up, this is the equivalent of their mini bar. There. Oh, that's so lovely. Look, she likes it already. Okay, so that is just wonderful. And then I liked how we did the other one and gave them sort of like a welcome mat to differentiate it more. Oh, is it raining? It's raining right through the ceiling. I guess that's okay because the rooms are, yeah, the rooms seem more protected and covered. And then what did we do over here? We gave them like a little entrance plant. I think a little chair would be nice here. So maybe a bench. I can never tell which way is forwards with this bench. So we might just kind of have to guess. And then if we see somebody sitting on it wrong, then we'll know. But there, that's a sweet little apartment for them. And we haven't done the bathroom yet. Let's do Wiseman's apartment next. Because this is where I saw him sleep. So I'm assuming this is kind of his apartment. So I'm going to clear this off. Because my vision for him is that he should have a desk here. Because he's the leader of this settlement. He does a bunch of work for them. I would love to give him somewhere to work more of that out. And he's also kind of living in a storage unit. We got to figure out how we want to use those former bathroom stalls. I think that's good. And then can we push this chair in? I know there's not a ton of walkable space between the bed and the desk. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's good. And then to the left here, ooh, you know what? I was going to do a plant, but I actually think an ashtray makes sense because then he can smoke at his desk if he wants to. I mean, they're ghouls. They don't have to worry about their health, you know? And also, since this is Wiseman's room, I think it might be a good place for the Minutemen flag because they really helped him realize his vision, and now he's on board as a Minuteman, and that's just really nice for him, you know? And then I don't know who lives in here with him. It could be somebody permanent, but it could also be just sort of like an extra bed for somebody rotating in. Like I'd imagine that Wiseman, you know, is really kind and welcoming, especially to new ghouls. So I'm putting a footlocker here to make that a little more transient feeling. I think this is a little aggressive, the plain empty bulb. So I'm looking for something a little warmer. What do we think fancy wall light is? Oh, obviously we don't have electricity reaching all the way here, but we can make that happen. How far can I drag this back without it feeling like droopy? Because that definitely feels droopy. That feels better. Was that close enough to wire it? Oh, on that side it is. We lose it about halfway through. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. It's really aggressive. Aggressively bright. Because we could do... Is that coming through the wall? It is, isn't it? I didn't know this was double-sided. Well, that's kind of fun. All right. I don't mind that. We have these spooky lights, and we use some of these in Pumpkin Jacks. I'm not in love with them. They do feel a bit too Halloween-y for a bedroom. Ooh, wait, I forgot about these. Because I think that's really nice for him. And I think if we get this one like pressed right up against here, that might be close enough. Yeah, it is. Oh gosh, that's lovely for him. Oh, I can absolutely see that. Does this make even more sense actually? Like farther back there? Or if I like pull it towards me on this side? I don't mind it at the foot of the bed. We might keep it at the foot of the bed like that. That's awesome. And okay, so now we're looking at these bathroom stalls. Here's what they can do. They can open and they can close. And that makes me think storage. It honestly makes me think phone booth, but we don't really have phones. And we can't really fit a whole desk inside each of these, can we? I think desks are under containers. Yeah, even this smaller one. Does that even make sense to have two like private working spaces? There's a world where that could be cool. I'm not saying it's not. I think storage makes even more sense though. Because there would be supplies, and especially in Wiseman's room, that's where a lot of the good stuff would go, you know? Like maybe even stuff too that they came with from Diamond City but kind of wanted to lock up and maybe not think about for a bit. Maybe it's a bit of out of sight, out of mind storage. I'm I'm trying to do those two sideways so we can put one on top like that. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, like somebody's suitcase like that. Like just storage. Yeah, I really like that. I like that a lot. Okay, that works. That works. And then I feel like it makes world sense to me too why these storage units are here next to the mayor of the settlement's desk. I don't know if he's the mayor. He is like the founder. I'll go with mayor. Similarly, like we could do one of these. I think they're just a little big. Oh, but that's not terrible as some storage. I think maybe just like a shelf here makes sense. Yeah, because if I can find like one of the desktop photo. Do I have more of the... Oh, I thought I had more photos, but maybe I don't. I was thinking it'd be a nice place to put some photos of like people who have come through, you know? He just seems a little sentimental. But we can do a similar vibe with a vase. Yeah, there we go. And then maybe a bench. Just to keep things cozy. How's that? Or does that feel really gaudy? Oh, I like that actually. Yeah, that's not bad at all. It is blocking the footlocker, so maybe what we do is just switch the suitcase and the footlocker, because I love how the suitcases can go under the beds. So still a vibe that things in here are kind of extra, surplus, but out of sight, out of mind. And then the red of that, the back of the Nuka-Cola floats poster actually works really well with the couch. Yeah, this is coming together. That's coming together real well. And then we have the bathroom, which we put slightly better toilets in it, which is good, of course. And we put these signs above it. I really wish we could put those on the door, but I don't think we can. What else can we do here? There is a bathtub. We haven't tried to do like a proper big bathroom, you know? But maybe a bathtub like under one of these showers, with the idea like if one of them still works, then that could be a good place to wash up. And the cart could be good here as well. And a sink. Sink would be really good. Actually, maybe even... I was going to say 2 sinks, because technically 2 people could, like, be in here at once. But I also want to find those, like, big metally counter pieces, the high ones. Yeah. Just because they feel kind of bathroomy to me, you know? How's that? Is that close? Yeah. Oh, that's gorgeously close. So they have like a cart and a bathtub. Oh, I should have put a light in here as we started working, shouldn't I? Let's see how this does. Ooh, that's a big difference. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry I was working so in the dark. That's so much better. Okay, that's very nice. I just want to put down a little mat outside the tub because, you know, you can already see the water leaking. Yeah, I think that's a nice bathroom. I'm trying to think through if there's anything more I would do on top of these. Like, I don't know what are in these dispensers. I'm assuming they're food. But on the off chance we could get soap in one of them, that would be perfect. As like a soap soap dispenser, and then the sink and the bathtub, and then we've got these working bathroom stalls again. Here, let me close one of them just for some better texture. That's awesome. That's delightful. And then we can close this door. So we've got space now in this common area. My Pip-Boy is on, right? Oh yeah, it's even darker without that. Yikes. Is that because of the rain? I think that's because of the rain. It's just kind of dark out. And I know our build limit is almost full, but we can scrap a bunch of these things, or at least store them. Because now that we've provided better containers, you know, these could all go inside the bins in Wiseman's room. All these things that they need. They don't really need them out here anymore. And hopefully that'll give us a little bit of build space back. Like these lockers. And the bowl. And all this good junk. Well, we want to keep that there. This we can't do anything about, which is unfortunate. Okay, the rug I do want to scrap. I want to figure out what we're doing with stuff here first. I think this space that I initially set aside to be the junk owner, I think this is going to become a house, like an extra worker space. And I actually think we can even shrink it. I know I meant for it to be a junk shop, but plans change. Let's put 2 new beds in here. Because I think we could, yeah, we can squeeze 2 beds in here. Easy. Perfect. We'll come back to that to make it cozier. Because for now, we can get these out of the way. That gives us a little more space. And then, okay, so we have, I'm going to move this to be the middle so they can sort of share that. And then do they still have room to open their doors? Yeah. Oh, just perfectly. That's a delight. Because that frees up this area here to be a sort of shared kitchen. Because I'm really picturing this like a dorm. And if I'm picturing it like a dorm, they have the shared bathroom and they have a shared cooking space. I'm looking for like a cold, either the Nuka dispenser or the ice thing. And I'm forgetting where those are. They might be in decorations. Yeah, like either this thing would be good. I think the ice is my favorite. I think the ice makes the most sense. Is that up against that enough? It's not really. Maybe we rug glitch that. Which I would want one of these mats out in front of the ice cooler anyway, so that's not even like a stretch of the imagination that would be difficult to make work, you know? And crafting, you know I love this, the cooking stove. And then it makes sense that it's up against the window for any possible fumes. And I'm looking for like a counter to go next to it. Ooh, you know, I don't use this. I don't really use that ever, but it's kind of wonderful. Like if that goes there and that goes there, that's not a bad cooking area. That's not a bad cooking area at all. You've got ice cooler. You've got cooking stove. You've got a little chopping table. Yeah, those are big. Does another table go here? Ooh, maybe just on that side. I don't really have a purpose for it. A counter could be nice. Ooh, or you know what could be nice is like an actual counter to do it like, again, bar seating, like a kitchen island. Hey, Jones. Are you gonna cook? I hope he does. Oh, I see. Stuff's going down in the background. Maybe that's why the game was lagging earlier. We're just in a really... He is cooking! Oh my god! Oh, that's absolutely delightful. Incredible. Truly. Let's do 2 bar seats. And since I don't really want them blocking the entranceway, I'm just going to pull that in. Just barely. We'll just nestle these in. Cozy. I don't know which way they're facing. I hear explosions in the background. Like, that's crazy. Hey, who do we got now? One of the farm workers. Would you like a fluorescent light to see things better? The fluorescent is a little aggressive. Is that less so? Ooh, a little bit. That's not bad. I do kind of want to do a decoration there, though. So let's see what else we've got. The fan, this fan always spins faster than I want it to. And it starts out very relaxing, and then it like really gets going, and it kind of makes me nervous. But for a kitchen, maybe that's what you want, like good air circulation. Ooh, I don't want, is it under paintings or signs? I want the other, like, hot dog poster. Yeah, this just feels, it feels kitchen-y to me. Oh, I think that's delightful. A little shared kitchen area. And then we would want them to be able to dine too, right? Because this is kind of like I said, like dorm living. They have a shared bathroom. They have a shared kitchen. They should have proper seating. So let's do that here. I'm actually thinking maybe picnic table. I was thinking the wood one, but the metal one looks good too. Where is the wood one? I guess I went the wrong way. That's okay. You know I love these click, click, clicks. It could even be in miscellaneous. I don't think so, though. I think the metal one is the way to go here. Click, click, click. We could do these. You know I love these. But I don't use a picnic table as much, so maybe this would be a good opportunity for one. Just as some like communal seating for the cooking area. Oh, how cute is that? I love that they're using it already. That brings me such joy. This we can get rid of. And now it is like nighttime, right? So maybe we sleep before doing the other half. I hate this. It's just bright.
Welcome.
Who's talking?
Good to see you.
Oh, good to see you guys too. Thanks. I'm going to take this. Oh, no, I can't take that bed. I can't take any of these beds because they're owned, aren't they? I guess that makes sense. Hold on, hold on. Oh, we can sleep in this one. The one closest to the mysterious explosions. That'll be all right. I'm thinking for the rest of this pool house space, we use it as like town hall vibes, because I think that's what Wiseman would do. Like having a meeting space.
Yes.
Yes, right? Oh, look at how cool that looks with the sunlight coming in. You can wake up from your safe little look. Oh, using the bar seating. You can wake up, you can come to the kitchen. That's delightful. So maybe a coffee sort of table would make sense. Like a little credenza? Yeah. That's not, a full kitchen, but maybe we put down like a hot plate and some coffee and mugs. And a little plant, of course. That's cute. Okay, so I want to change this to be more of a town hall setting. So let's get rid of the couch. Let's get rid of the used oil can. Some of these things we can keep, like drinking glass can definitely move over to the kitchen area. It wants me to select the rug, and I will eventually. Yeah, that was messy. That's okay. That's okay. We can get rid of the burnt fashion magazine. Drinking glass is going to come over here with the other one. Yeah, we can scrap that and that and that. I love all the burnt magazines they have. I wish they looked prettier. Ooh, can the chessboard? Maybe the chessboard. Who took the magazine that was on here? Oh well. We can move that up here because maybe the chessboard just moves to the private room. Oh, I hoped I'd be able to group select that to keep the caps in place. They'll just have to start a new game. These are hard to grab. Okay. So my vision is that this is now kind of a town hall space, so we can get some like a mishmash of chairs to face the main table, which I guess would be sort of similar to this, but I would want it a little higher. That's not a terrible option. That's not a terrible option. Desk is too short. That's too short to really properly sit at, huh? I'll put down the options that feel usable. That's not terrible. This might be even better because it's kind of skinnier. Oh, there's the wooden picnic table. I think this middle one is going to be my pick. So this to me feels like where a town meeting would be held, and sort of look out over these chairs. People could gather. So like that's a row. How many people are here? 10? Let's just sort of gather a smattering. Like, oh, you're in my way. You can sit, just thank you. And like there. And maybe this broken one. And then another folding chair. Oh, this looks so cool all together. There, that's really great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then whoever's talking. And there's also like a bench here. That's wonderful. Does this command enough attention or does it seem too low? I like that it's red. That's definitely too relaxed. That's too formal. Ooh, but this could work. This could work. It's also red. Hold on, which do we like better? I think this one, just because it's higher. So we'll pop that in like that. And then that's a really great way for them to sort of meet as a community to talk things out. Yeah, that's wonderful. Let's do another bench on this side or similar sort of seating. Airplane seats could be great for this. Sort of like as a front door seat here. Although that's the bathroom, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I'm going to move these down. Maybe I'll see them better. Both on one side. Is that better? The contrast is so low. But okay. Little seat next to the bathroom. Oh, that looks so cool. Wow. Are there any other powered lights? Because now we can pretend this is kind of a spotlight. This, we know from experience this lamp is kind of aggressive. So maybe candles go better here? Oh, they're having the conversation again in the background. I think candles would be a nice touch here. That's good. Does this feel like enough seating? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then other people could eat in their rooms or sort of gathered around. Yeah. This is really wonderful. I know we did the Minutemen flag in here, but now I'm thinking that should come out here, more into the common area. Does that look empty without something? No, it actually still looks pretty solid, to be honest. I don't mind that. Because then we have the Minutemen flag here. Oh, this looks so good. Let's see. I know we picked up a hot plate earlier, so I'm sure we have, yep. Well, we got 5 of those, not just one. I'm looking for anything that would be good on a coffee. Yeah, okay. Coffee tin, coffee pot. And then we can drop a selection of coffee cups for them. Because I'm thinking this is like, you know, grab a cup of coffee before a town meeting, which we did something similar in Sunshine Tidings, and I really love it. I think a lot about, in a post-apocalyptic society, what's the jump between, you know, just a bunch of struggling farms and like actually rebuilding civilization? And I think a big part of it is specialization. Like it can't just be everybody has to farm. Oh, that got pushed back. I didn't expect that to happen. It can't just be everybody has to farm, because then you're really just kind of barely surviving. But if you can have some people who are shop owners, and you can have some people that are farmers, and you can have somebody who's a doctor, and you really split up that specialization, I think that starts to be the difference between just fighting for enough calories to live by everybody farming and like actually rebuilding a civilization. And in that case, when you've got people start to specialize so not everybody's in the same place, I think these central meeting spaces are really important for them so they can still be part of the decision making and the community together. Oh, that's just so wonderful. Look at how lovely. I really love what we've done with this pool house. Wow. So there's more that I want to do, which is mainly just finish this sort of housing that we started. Ooh, we can scrap this wall thing now that we don't need it, which is just kind of finish this and then maybe also finish clinic. But I think that this I feel like should be be behind kind of a fence, but we'll come back to that. I think this area just needs some polish. And so I think maybe we've got one more episode here. And then Tarberry Bog, I want to leave that as is. We've done some fence around it that'll help keep them safer. And then, oh, let's rearrange this because they've been knocking this over like crazy. And I think it just needs to come out of the greenhouse because they're doing too much work inside of it. Like that. Is every one of these food items assigned? I think it is. Can I? Oop. I shouldn't have trusted that. Look at it go. Maybe they have to come out here to grab a
Seems to be growing
bucket
well.
if they want to use it for harvesting. You know I love these big pots, the big junk pots that you can't get more of. I actually want to scooch that back under here. Will it go under here? Yeah. Oh, that's delightful. And the fertilizer will have to move in workshop mode because it's too heavy. Oop. We can get closer, I think. Yeah. Just like a smattering of storage options for them to pick from and fill up with their harvest. That makes more sense because I think they're just going to keep knocking this over if I leave it inside the greenhouse. There.
We could really use your...
With what?
Just tell me what you need.
Something nasty's living just around the
Oh,
corner.
that's probably what's causing the
It's
game to
only a matter
crash.
of time before there's some real trouble. What's really too bad is it'd be a nice
Ooh,
spot for a new
a new
settlement.
settlement.
In fact,
This might
I know
determine
some
where we go
folks that'd love
next.
to set up there if it was safe. If you can make sure the old workshop there is still in one piece, anyone who decides to move in later will be able to rebuild.
Where is it?
Where is this place?
We have a pretty good idea. I hope you can find them and wipe them out.
What settlement is it? Oh, the quest name is a bug, but it's Croot Manor? Okay. I like Croot Manor. I've really enjoyed just sort of unlocking these. Why is this moving? Like one by one. Is that? I guess that's fine. I've really enjoyed unlocking these settlements one by one and just, you know, however Preston assigns them to us or however we come across them, that's fine. I really enjoy it. Okay, so that's better. That's cleaned up. And then there's still, we can scrap these things, which I'm going to do just to get us a little more space. They are cool, but there's no kids living here anymore. And I think we want that build limit back. Can I scrap Spring Rider, Spring Rider? There's so many good open flat zones like this. Like this could be a whole thing. I wish that we could build on this high-rise dive. I think these are diving boards because they go right into the lake on the other side. If we had more build limit, we could do a bunch more shops back here. Maybe another like specialty greenhouse for them. But I think we're at a good place. We're at a very good place with the size limit to do one more next week and wrap up this marketplace entryway, do a little housing, do a little medic stand, and then maybe something back here if we have room in that build limit. But for today, I am super happy with what we've done here. Thank you so much for joining me, the General of the Minutemen, as we work together to make the Commonwealth safer one settlement at a time. If you enjoyed this build, please do check out my playlist of all of my builds. I have so much fun making these videos. I really appreciate all of you. After we finish building at the Slog, we are going to do our celebratory 10K live stream at Hangman's Alley. So I think that's next week will be the last one at the Slog, and then the week after that will be our live stream, which I will also, of course, make posts about and comments about. You won't miss it if you want to be there. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
I got word of a settlement that needs our help. I'll mark the location on your map.